Okay, good morning everyone. It's already 10 a.m. so should we start now? Any of your friends who was not in, can call them in? Okay, so Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to our special guest from UMK, Dr. Mushidah binti Muhammad Asri and Miss Nazira binti Awang alias Awang Hashim, and fellow KMNS students. So before we start, I, on behalf of KMNS Veterinary Club, would like to express our sincere gratitude and thanks to our special guests for making time to give this talk today. It is also highly appreciated of all students can on their camera as a sign of respect to our special guests and so that we can interact with each other, yeah? So without wasting any time, let us hear from Dr. Mushidah binti Muhammad Asri, lecturer from UMK, to start her talk. Alright.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all. Not sure, can you see my study test? Okay, you cannot see, right? You cannot see my slides, right now?
No.
Right. So alright. So anyhow, good morning. I think because of the be sharing to you, but I also cannot see anything here. Now I'll log out first. Yeah. Felicia, if not, then can I give it my slide to you? Then you can share the screen. How? Can you give you okay? Yeah. Can you give me my phone number? Right, then I just give it to you. Then you can just yeah, it's coming. All right, all right. Okay, so sorry for the technical issue again. All right, good morning, and thank you for coming here during your weekend. Right, it's Sunday. Uh, okay, so as mentioned and as introduced, my name is Mushida. I am one of the lecturers here in Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine. So I suppose all of you have an interest in veterinary medicine, and all of you have interest, if not to pursue here, pursue to any other university that offers veterinary medicine. So maybe you can just skip to next slide. All right, next slide. Okay, so a bit on the university background. We are the UMK, and UMK is established as a component in the 9th Malaysia Plan. So this is basically just the history of UMK, and we are based on entrepreneurship and enterprise education, and also specialized student for short and moderate term are grouped into three main fields. Basically, we have three main fields, and we have currently we have three campuses specialized for each main field. So we have entrepreneurship and business, which reside in the Kota campuses in Pekala Chipper, just nearby the airport. We have creative technology and heritage. So this one is based in the main campus, which is in Bachok. And we have agro-based industry and earth sciences. This is based in Jelly. So if you can see there, we actually a veterinary faculty is out of nowhere, right? But basically, we are under agro-based industry, or we are in the sciences industry, but we are not based in Jelly. We are based in a nearby Kota, which is nearby the Pekala Chipper. So if you have parents concerned going to Faculty of Veterinary Medicine in UMK Kelantan, which is quite far from, I don't know, from the Selangor, or all of you where you are reside from the East Milan, right? So it's just nearby the airport, which is like I think 50 minutes away or 20 minutes away if there's a jam, right? So next slide is basically on our location. So I hope you know where East Kelantan is, right? It's not, you are not supposed not to know because this is Malaysia. So just skip to next slide. All right, so Kelantan is basically just a cradle of Malay heritage and culture. So I know maybe some of you, if let's say you are not familiar with our slang, with Kelantan slang, so maybe a few months or one of the year, you might get lost in terms of conversation. If let's say you are going to the Pasar Malam, right, where you are interact with the local people. So but anyhow, in our university, we will be using English as a base. So all of our PMP is in English, but the discussion we might tend to mix up lah between English and Malay, right? So next, just a bit on so this year, or not this year, this is last year, 2023, because we are just coming into 2024. So we are ranked in the 501 top university in Malaysia. This is all for all UA and also US lah. Meaning to say Universiti Awam and also Universiti Swasta. Right, and then next, okay, next. So our university is also a certificate as an entrepreneurial university accreditation. So even I think most of our alumni also in within the faculty of veterinary medicine is an entrepreneur. Gone through 5 years, and then you have a bit of practices outside, and then basically they just open up businesses, right? Okay, next. So this is a main campus based in Bachok. So this is where the heritage, the culture faculty are based. And then next, okay, a bit on faculty background. It's established as 2009 as the second veterinary school in Malaysia. The youngest veterinary school in Malaysia, because we only have two. I suppose the other faculty of veterinary medicine will be in UPM based in Serdang, right? So it is parallel as to the ninth Malaysia plan for the first and second national agriculture policy, and it is actually the last, not the last, the fourth. The fourth faculty. We have two new faculty here in UMK, and the first enrollment of veterinary students is at 2009 with only 39 students, which is currently our dean, faculty dean is from this batch, and me myself is from the third batch of UMK veterinary student. Okay, next. So we are still here. We are still at the quarter, but we are in the not in the middle. Yeah, I would say in the middle. We'll be planning to move the faculty at the back, at the main campus lah. Currently, only our hospital is at the main campus. So usually, in a clinical year, student will be commute here and back to the hospitals. Okay, our stakeholder would be Ministry of Higher Education, ABSBN, MVC, which is Majlis Veterina Malaysia, and WO, World Organization of Animal Health, which is OIE. The next, our faculty is a proud member of MyOHUN, which is Malaysia One Health University Network, CIFSA, AABC. So this is network lah, basically networking of the faculty. Okay, next. Okay, vision and mission a bit, I know a bit boring, but bear with me. So the vision is we actually aspire to be a highly reputable faculty. So all the faculty members, including the staff, the students, all of it will carry all this vision, and also will carry this mission, which is we as a staff will like to provide to you as the student the experiential learning, and then engage in scholarly activities where we also, because we are a professional bodies, we are professionals as a vet, so we also provide professional services to the community especially. So overall, veterinary medicine, I think overall our mission is to improve animal, human and environmental health and also well-being. Right, next, I think we can skip. This is the objective. We can skip it. And then I would like to introduce to you the top management. For top management, we have the Dean, which is Dr. Muhammad Farhan. And then it's supported by three Vice Dean. Associate Professor Dr. Maizi, which is the Deputy Dean for Veterinary Hospital, our hospital. And Associate Professor Dr. Sandi is the Deputy Dean for Academics. And Dr. Nufadla is Deputy Dean for Research, Entrepreneurship and also Student Development. So we have all four department, head of department, which is Dr. Intan, Dr. Muhammad Sabri, Dr. Luqman and also Dr. Hayan. So three of them are actually in the Department of Academics and one of them Department of Diagnostics. Right, next. Okay, we can skip this organizational chart. So basically, this is just a staff. And then we have an advisory board. Okay, 10 of them were government or industrial representative, so that we can ensure that what we provide to you is actually relevant to what Malaysia are looking for. Okay, And then we have in our board is our academician, local, and also academician international, so that we are tally or we are up to date from the new changes around the world. And then we have 2 alumni, and then a total of the advisory board will be 18 lah. Right, Nats? Okay, I think Nats. Right, so currently our staff, Nats slide. Okay, currently our staff, we have 1 professor, 2 associate professor, and 14 senior lecturer, and 7 lecturer, and we have administration, veterinary staff, laboratory, and teaching firm. So overall, I think around 40, right, or 70, something like that, maybe 60. But it is not enough for you. So that's why we also have teaching associates, which is 8 of them are from industry, which we call it industrial fellow. And then we have clinical fellow, and we have over like 50 guest lecturer just to cover for the academics, because we need to cover quite a lot. I know it is a 5-year program, but still with our members, because we have a specialist, right? So from this specialization, we invite other lecturers or guest lecturer that truly specialize in that area only, to just provide for you some information and also some updates what's going on outside from the faculty lah. Right, next we'll go into academic program. So the study period, right? Study period is 10 semester altogether, minimum of 10 semester. Okay, 5 years. So I think UMK, it can, if you defer due to sickness, so meaning to say you have a medical evidence from the hospital itself, you can defer up to 2 years. Okay, but then if let's say, there will also some you can also liaise some of it lah. If let's say you have a sickness, defer through due to sickness. But if let's say maximum, I think it will be 12 to 14 maximum semester. So meaning to say you can spend up to 6 to 7 years here. Okay, that one later on. Okay, so head of program currently is Dr. Go, and then the DVM program is accredited by our MVC, which is Malaysian Veterinary Council under the Veterinary Doctor Act 1974. Right, next. So I think biggest achievement within the university is that last year we won the Best Faculty Award. So this is all includes the academics, the programs, the research, and also the graduate employability. Meaning to say, usually our faculty would be, if not 100%, it would be like 98% of our graduates will work as a veterinary officer or veterinarian. Right, next, I think this is just a bit on the achievement of our faculty member. Okay, you can just skip it. Next. So we won, this is 2022, won Best Innovative Academic Program Award. Then next, so it is accredited by MQA. Our program is accredited by MQA. This one is, I'm not sure whether you are familiar of it or not, but basically all of the programs here in Malaysia, if you want to run a program, so you have to get this accreditation first. NATS we're also accredited by, as mentioned, by MVC, since we only have to this right here. Alright. And then postgraduate study NATS. So this is a postgraduate study. If let's say you are interested to go further your studies, so this would be your niche. Okay, next. So currently we have around 12 PhD students and 25 master students, so total of 37 postgraduate study. Right, next. Okay, 600. So altogether from 2009 and 2022, we have 600 students. And we have number of graduates of 361. 600 is including those who are here, still here with us, including Miss Ivy here, right? So we have 2% of attrition rate, 100% of IGOT, and then 100% of graduate employability, right? Next. So this would be the numbers of undergraduate intake. So if you can look at, so in 2023, we take 50. So this 50 is actually from UPU system. So later on, I will go into details in regards to these numbers. Right? Okay, next. Right, sorry, I'm joining through my phone. Okay, so basically we have like 5-year program. So your year one will actually include your preclinicals. So this would be the subjects for the preclinical study. Okay, so total credit of first semester would be 18, total credit of second semester 25. So I know the first semester is a how to say, the credit is not as much as second semester, but anyhow what we've experienced here, the first semester usually the student cannot perform. Why? Maybe because due to the changes of the environment, right? So you are from spread of yeah. Yeah. So basically, you are not performing well. Usually, the students are not performing well in the first semester because of the adaptation, due to the changes in the style of study. I think. So basically, in matrix, you are given all of the notes, right? So basically, you will just study all of the notes. But when you are going into the university level, we guide you through the notes. So you need to find out the information in the books, in the library, or even right now it's easier in the internet, right? So basically, the changes of the style of study might cost you that. So I just want to share a bit lah. Think, all right. And then another reason would be because of the honeymoon, right? Honeymoon phase, because you are trying to really hard to get into the program, because vet program is a very famous and also I think limited. UPM also limits their student up. I think the most would be 150, the most, and half of them would be through their foundation, I think. right? So it is very competitive. I know it is very competitive. So usually once the student get into the program, they have a honeymoon phase. So that's one of the reason also they cannot perform in the first semester. So basically that, and then they get the how to say, they get the bad, not to say bad, but not as good as what you get in the matric, right? And then the second semester, they will improve a lot lah, something like that. Okay, then next for paraclinical. So okay, basically for these 2 years, right? Year 1 and year 2, preclinical and paraclinical is all about understanding and memorization. So this, you cannot have a shortcut. So basically you have to study, you have to memorize, you have to understand. So this is all. So that's why our program qualification is quite high. We'll get into that later, right? So because of this, okay, right? Okay, next. Okay, then you have year 3 also paraclinical, but most of the subject is in the clinical department. For example, if you see here, it's veterinary medicine, veterinary surgery, anesthesiology. So this is all clinical subject. So this is where you apply your foundation in year 1 and year 2 to here. So remember when I said year 1 and year 2 is basically understanding and memorizing. So year 3, you are starting to apply all those knowledge here. So I think it will be a bit tough, especially on the 5th semester, because you are, again, you have to find your new style of study, because you have to actually find back where is your knowledge that at the back of your mind, and then apply it back in the your current subject that you are studying. Okay, and then next, okay, year 4, it's basically disease. So I would say, I think year 4 is not as tough as year 3. So year 3 is tough, year 4 is a bit lenient. Not lenient, yeah, a bit lenient, because you have been struggling at year 3, so year 4 you should be fine. Okay, if you notice that it's all about medicine and diseases. So the thing that will be a bit tiring you up would be the clinical practice. So basically we'll have a for clinical practice in year 4 and year 5. So the gist for clinical practice is basically it just the same as housemanship. Doctor, you have a housemanship, right, where they rotate to different department. Okay, they rotate from medicine, from surgery, from ONG, right, for human doctor. So it is the same for our program, a veterinary program. It's just that we are not rotating you around the department, but we are rotating you around the species. Okay, you will have these 2 weeks you will go into hospital for medicine, these 2 weeks for surgery, these 2 weeks or these 3 weeks for equine. Equine is horses, okay? And then these 2 weeks for swine. So we will rotate you throughout the species, because right now our program for veterinary program, you have to learn all of the species. Okay, there are no such thing that, oh, I want to learn about small animal, which is cat and dogs only. No. Okay, right. So next, okay, then year 5. Year 5 is basically mainly you will be complete all of your disease, just a bit, and then we are focusing on the clinical practice only. So if you see in the 10th semester, you have a 9 credit hour of clinical practice. Okay, and then at the end of the 10th semester, you will have a comprehensive examination. So comprehensive examination is the examination to determine whether you get the DVM or not, the certificate or the license or not. So currently we embed so in curriculum we embed that examination inside the program, meaning to say, if you are not passed the comprehensive examination, you will not get the degree. Okay, but comprehensive examination can be repeated. That's all lah. You can repeat it. And then it is currently it is done internally, meaning to say the question will be separated. UPM will have their own question which is vetted by the MDC, and UMK also have their own question which is vetted by the MDC. Something like that. Okay. Right, next. Okay, so a bit on facilities. You will have obviously we have teaching laboratories, we have clinical skill labs, so we have all of the labs to actually introduce to you and to provide you to say that it is a conducive, I think it's far-fetched, but we are providing you as much as practicals that we can get. Okay, right, next. So all together is the thing lab. Next. So this is a bit of so if you see we have the green one. Okay, this is a aquatic laboratory, and then you have a bacteriology laboratory, and the table, if you see the small picture in front upper at the left side, I think, with the square table, that one is post-mortem. Right, next. So okay, next, this is UVDT. Right, next. So this is what the activity usually in the clinical skill lab. So from if you are third year and above, you will be mainly using this this laboratory, where you will have all the practical session using either carcasses or using live animals. So for live animal, usually for the neutering especially. So we will guide you to do a neutering. And then basically you have to take care of the animal, and then we practice trap, neuter, and release. Okay, so at the same time you are doing good things to the community lah. Right, next. Right, so this is a teaching hospital which is based in Bachok. Okay, next. Okay, this is just a bit of inauguration of the teaching hospital. Next. So we also have farm, where we have farm animal, and then you can we will teach you how to do a procedure or surgery at the farm animal. And then currently we have like horses, not sheep, goats, horses, goats, rabbits, chicken, deer, buffalo, and cow lah, cattle. Okay, next. Right, so this is another lab, which is a companion animal teaching lab. Next, so we also have this one is mainly commercial reach, is mainly for the feed for ruminants lah. Next, we also have Exotel, which is exotic animal teaching lab. Okay, next. Right, so this is example or a picture inside the Exotel lah. Okay, next, ambulatory unit is usually used when we have a program outside or when we have a community reach, something like that. Next. Okay, this is, I think, not related. I think we can skip because we want to make room for the question and answer. Okay, next. Okay, next. All right, next. Okay, research and innovation. So basically we have 10, I think. Yeah, 10 research niche group. So you can actually look at it later. Later I will provide this. I actually already provide this slides to Felicia. You can just give it to the student later on. Okay, this is next. This is like conferences that we actually handle. Okay, next. This is I think next would be the some of the event that the faculty organizing, and you if you are the student for in our faculty, you are basically will be exposed to all of this, and you also will be exposed to on how to actually organize a program. Okay, next. So this is also research. Next. symposium, recipient. Okay, you can next. So some of it. Okay, so this is a talk session or sharing session from the industrial players, and also in not only industrial players, it's also a senior lecturer or associate professor, so from overseas and from locally lah, like that. So community development program we are also heavily involved with this. Next, active grant, okay, next networking, and so next. So basically for networking, mainly will be within this, because it is a big, I think a big chance of player from veterinary medicine and also human medicine in under one umbrella, which is One Health, right? Okay, next. Okay, next. You can just skip it. Right, skip it. Okay. So this is all the visits from the universities. Okay, next. I think we can just skip until the outbound. Right. So for outbound is mainly our students are going outside from the country lah, basically, right? So it is either through the industrial training or either through a special training that provided or offered to us. So for example, this is a entrepreneur program or business program, which is called as executive program in USA. We send one of our students there, and then all of other is mainly the from the industrial training. So industrial training for mainly we are actually encourage you to go outside, especially to go to the teaching hospital or any hospital that the faculty recognized, to see how they work there. Okay, except for and we also have one of the group. I think I'm not sure. Maybe Irie will touch it a bit on IVSA, which is International Veterinary Student Association. So they have an exchange program. So last year they exchanged with IVSA Japan. So the Japan student will come here to Kelantan, and also some of our student, a group of our student will go to there for an exchange program. Okay, next. All right, next you can just keep it until the I think we have next the requirement. I think until the requirement. Yeah, this one. Okay, so I think this would be much more interested. Okay, for you guys, matriculation minimum CGPA is 3.5. Okay, and minimum grade B at pre-university level is your SPM. Okay, we look into biology. So you need to have a grade B minimum, and physics or chemistry, either with this one, you need to have B at your SPM level, and also mathematics. Okay, and then this one, I think we don't put MUAT here. MUAT is at 4, I think. 4, 3.5, something like that. Okay. All right, and then we have after you achieve this requirement, you will pass into the interview session. So we'll run into interview session, and starting from this year intake, we have a special examination on the interview session. So before you get into the interview, you have to actually sit down for examination. So for that examination, just not just it includes your basic biology. Okay, we just want to see how much you actually grab from the biology. All right, basic biology, and mostly basic biologies, and also a color blind test before you get into the interview session. Not to worry, I don't think we'll look into the task. I know because we understand that it will be quite heavy for the student because you have interview session and then you have like as in written, not written, it is MCQ examination. We understand that it will be stressful, but we also look into it. If let's say you bombed it, it will actually bombed it meaning to say if you get zero lah, I would say. Okay. If you get zero to that examination, maybe we'll have a slight hardship lah into getting into the program, right? If let's say you are not performing in matriculation, okay, but you perform in your SPM, but anyhow, I don't know, maybe there are some problems, maybe personal problem, maybe family problem during your matriculation, because I know matriculation is just 1 year, right? So it's just a short year. Maybe you have a problem there and then you cannot perform in your matriculation, but you really, really want the a vet program. Okay, you can go through the long distance one, which is you get into the diploma. So you use your diploma and your SPM, providing your SPM is okay lah, right? Providing your SPM is okay, and then let's say you are not performing in matriculation, but you are willing to go to a long distance or long route, so you take diploma first. Okay, you take diploma and then you get make sure all of this requirement is achieved, and then you will have the chance for the interview session. Okay, right, and then next would be this would be the undergraduate locker fees for UMK lah. This one is you can find it in the web, UMK web. So basically this is all together for Fakulti Perubatan Veterinarian. This is first semester. Okay, first semester usually is a bit high, okay, rather than the second, third, and all of it. Okay, there are because the if you see the jumlah yuran sekali sepanjang pengajian, this is like 900 something. So this is only paid during the first semester. But I know what you are thinking. I think UMK have one of the highest rate of fee. Okay, but that only applicable for the social sciences. If that it is not that much differences from UPM lah, I would say. Lah sikit, but then not that much differences. And providing on top of that, I think the living cost here in Kelantan would be much more lesser. Okay, right, next. So this is a new not program, a new route. So this is a DVM class. All the requirement is just the same as a UPU, but this is you pay for the place. Okay, so this student will pay full without the subsidized from the country. Okay, so this is what we call a private wing. We only have, I think we just started this 2 years ago. Okay, so private wing will pay all of the graduation, all of the fees without the help of the government, because through UPU system you have subsidized from the government. So this is basically 161 is for the whole time semester. Jangan terkejut, okay? For the whole time semester, but a recurrent fees, if you see there, it is 15. Okay, 15 per semester. So this is a private wing. The difference for private wing is just that they don't go through the UPU system, but all of the requirement will be the same, and they will be learning the same as a UPU system student, having the same session or having the same practical session, basically having the same chances. It's just that they are not going through UPU, so they are not competing through UPU. So because UPU usually will have like
100 and something applicants. Not 100, actually 400 something applicants. Okay, but we only have places for UPU, I think 40 to 45, because we have a spot for Mara student, 10 to 5 to 10 student. So basically for UPU you have to compete what, 10%, right? Only 10% of the applicants will get into. Okay, so private wing, they don't have it. Anyhow, the cons for you private wing is that if let's say you are not performing for this program, if you would like, the only way out is that you have to quit. You cannot change program because you are not in the UPU system. If let's say you go through UPU system, but let's say along the way of like after first year or second year, you think that you want to rethink your rethink your decision, you suddenly you don't love vets anymore, you think that it is not as, how to say, as shiny as it is think, or as highly as you think it is, you want you would like to change the program, it's possible for you to change within the UMK if you are go through UPU system. Or even so, you cannot carry, you think you can carry, but after some year, after first year, second year, you don't think you can carry all the subjects and you want to rethink your decision, and then you would like to take another courses within the UMK, yeah, you can go through that. But if let's say you enter the DVM program through the private wing, you cannot do that because it is different system from UPU. Okay, right. So next. Okay, so I think that's all. Sorry, mainly because of the technical issue. So we drag, I promise you like 30 minutes, we drag into 10:52. So I don't know, if there are any question, then maybe just, you can just ask me. I try to open the,
Thank you so much for that informative side, Dr. Mushida. Truth be told, I never knew UMK offered such interesting classes. Like even the labs look so cool, and I'm very sure that the students are all so happy there. And despite the technical issues, all of us can really understand, and I feel like we really learned something, right, guys? So you guys can like react if you guys understand. So now we can open a Q&A session for any students who want to ask questions. You can text or you can just voice out.
Right, I think there's one question, right? A few questions. Okay. So, will there be essays for interview? No, there will be no essay. So interview will fully in English session. Uh, even if you try to talk in Malay, we as the interviewer will keep asking you in English. Okay, because mainly our system, all our syllabus in English, and we really need you to understand English because it is a hard program to take if you cannot understand the languages. So it will be dragging you down, lah, I would say. Does university arrange housemanship? Housemanship. You mean housemanship? You mean the clinical practice or the industrial level? Sorry, industrial training. The internship or the clinical practice?
I think it's internship.
Internship.
Yeah.
Industrial training, usually the faculty, our faculty will arrange it for you. but it is much more easier if you have like some place that you are interested to go, and then you go liaise to that program coordinator. So it's much more easier because anyhow the letter will be coming from the faculty. It will be much more easier for you to get into that place. So if you have a place that in mind, and then you just come out to us, the lecturers or the coordinator for the internship, and then they will just look at the criteria, whether it fit for our faculty or not, and then they will start sending letters. I think it should be fine. Okay. Type of question.
Thank you,
Okay.
teacher.
Type of question. Soalan bocor terus lah. Right. So mainly for interview, firstly, I will ask you to introduce yourself. Right. We just want to get to know you, your background. Okay. Especially if where did you really heard about that? Is there somewhere someone close to you about that? Is a vet, or anyone in your family owns a clinic or owns a farm, something like that. We just want to see how far along you know something about that. Okay, and then after that, I think for interview session, we just want to know you better. Basically, what are your interests? How you cope stress? That one is very, very much important. How you cope stress nowadays is that I think nowadays any interview you go, any interview session, they will ask you how do you actually cope stress. Okay, how your studies are. We'll also ask you that, and then we will ask you. Even I think this one is just a question, because most of the student will keep saying no, whether you are afraid of blood, you are afraid of any type of animal, all the student will just answer no, right? But anyhow, along the way we will know. All right. So yeah, basically we just want to see from the interview session whether you are prepared for the interview or not, because we can actually know lah, basically. How did you do your reading? What are your takes in some of the I would say like viral question, right? Viral things inside the media social, in regards to the bats, in regards to the animal, in regards to the basic human health, that because basically animal health will also contribute to the human health, right? Something like that. Okay, banyak dah tu soalan. I mean, banyak dah tu contoh soalan dalam interview, right?
Okay, any students have any other questions? Or not, we can end the Q&A. Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Murshida. And now
Alright.
I invite
Sorry, Sophia.
Yes.
If let's say after this you have a question, you just pass through Felicia, because I think Felicia already get my number. So Felicia can just either email, either you can just use my WhatsApp number, right? Okay,
Okay,
Irie, the floor is yours.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Before that, Sophia, can you all open the I think we should take pictures, right? Takut semua. No, I will not leave. But I will be on the go because I'm actually on holiday. But I will be from my will be online from my mobile lah. Okay. Yeah. Take one picture.
Yeah, but only can so 15 people can. Okay. Okay. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so please start.
But I will be online also. Okay, I will be online. So if let's say you have a question, just drop into chat box if we have time after Iris session, so I can answer you. All right. Good luck to your study. Hope see you next year in our faculty, right? And not next year, this coming October or October, right? Okay. See you, right?
Okay, good morning to Dr. Murshida, and thank you so much for your presentation. And also good morning to fellow KMNS students. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for inviting me to speak today. I would really like to say that I appreciate this opportunity. So my name is Ari, and I'm here to talk about my personal journey to the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine EVM program in UMK. So this is the outline of my presentation for today. And a little disclaimer is that the information in this presentation will not apply to all situations for every person, as it is based on my personal experience. So now let's proceed with the introduction. My name is Airia Wang Hashim. I'm from Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. I am an ex-KMNS student where I did module 3, which consists of biology, chemistry, and also computer science. Currently, I am in my 3rd year of DVM. So let's move on to the reason why I'm in this course. I believe I see a lot of chat in the chat box, but okay, so continuing. I believe it offers a lot of opportunities in terms of professional growth and personal fulfillment. Firstly, I think that veterinary medicine has a lot of job prospects, whether it's working in the government sector under Department of Veterinary Services, pursuing an academic career, conducting research, or maybe specializing in poultry, equine, small animal, or large animal medicine. Safe to say the options are diverse and very exciting. Moreover, the demand for professionals in veterinary medicine is high because nowadays the world is improving in terms of animal welfare, healthcare, as well as food security. So there is a consistently high demand for skilled veterinarians. But besides that, beyond the job opportunities and demand, what I truly resonate with is that veterinary medicine, um, there the core of the profession, I would say, is built on compassion for animals. So by being someone in veterinary medicine, you are able to alleviate suffering, promote the animal wellness, and forge meaningful connections with both the animals and their human companions. Whether it's treating a sick pet, ensuring the health and productivity of livestock, or contributing to wildlife conservation efforts every day as a veterinarian presents new challenges and opportunities to make a positive impact on the world. So let's move on to the next topic, interview tips. So from my end, what I can say is that dressing smartly and also comfortably shows your professionalism and sets a positive first impression onto the interviewers. Next, prepare yourself by speaking with another person or in a mirror to polish your communication skills. Work on your posture, facial expression, and fluency to so that you are able to convey confidence and engagement. And also, one thing to note that if you're interested in this field, make sure you have some volunteering or working experience set aside, especially in a veterinary clinic, so that you're able to show the interviewer that you've worked in a similar environment and handled animal, so that and that you really know what you want to do in life. As Dr. Murshida also mentioned, they will ask if you're willing to handle stuff like fecal matter and carcasses and blood. So make sure you're truthful about that. And also make sure that you know how to answer common interview questions such as how to introduce yourselves, your strengths and your weaknesses, the obstacle you have overcome in your life, etc. And since this is a very vigorous 5-year course, the interviewers will also try to ascertain how you cope with a stressful environment and if you have a good support system at home. And lastly, make sure to read up on veterinary related topics such as One Health and 5 Freedoms of Animal Welfare. Moving on, I will take you through what it is like to be a DBM student in UMK. So the faculty is in Pangkalan Jepa, Kelantan. So if you're not from here, it will take some time to get used to, especially with the accent and stuff. But you might enjoy it in the end. So the faculty also has a vet clinic where the 4th and 5th year students will practice and learn from the clinicians for their small animal clinical rotation. And even though there's a huge volume of studying to be done, being a veterinary student in UMK is far from just burying your nose in the book and just studying. On the lower left-hand corner, as you can see, that is my badge performing for Vet Night, which is an annual event that we have in the faculty. So training for that performance took a few weeks of our time. And besides Vet Night, we also have Vet Sport, where every batch will compete. Besides that, in our curriculum, it is also compulsory for us to attend 1 month of industrial training after each term, where we will go to institutes like farms, laboratories, and veterinary teaching hospitals. So this will give us the chance to learn outside of the traditional setting. So this is me milking a cow. And I would say the unofficial rite of passage for a vet student would be performing a pregnancy diagnosis through transrectal palpation. So that's that. So these are for year 1. We had for year 1 the ruminant production internship. So we went to like ruminant farms. And for 2nd year, this is my friend loading some eggs in the hatchery. So we did some non-ruminant. We went to non-ruminant farms. So we can go to poultry farms or swine farms. And we had the chance to do some hoof trimming during year one. And so yeah, it's the 1 month you can basically choose which farm you want to go to according to your course coordinator, who will provide the list of farms. Yes. So besides that, being in extracurriculars, in my opinion, significantly maximizes your potential as a vet student. Personally, I'm involved in International Veterinary Students Association. So this is me with the students in the association. We got the opportunity to organize and participate in a group exchange with veterinary students in Japan. So we were able to bring them around in our country, show them around faculty, bring them around Kelantan, and then we brought them to KL. And then in turn, we got to visit Tokyo and see their university and how they have the classes there. So furthermore, as you can see on the right hand corner here, this is my IVSA members. They did some sort of merchandise sale for Vet Welcoming Week, where the DVM4 students will organize this Vet Welcoming Week to welcome the new batch of students, the new batch of DVM1 students for every term. And lastly, this is a picture, a class picture of our very last practical for Surrey 1 at the teaching farm, the vet teaching farm. So let's move on to the next topic, which is obstacles and challenges that I have faced while in vet school. So firstly, you need to adapt to an independent learning style, which will vary from person to person. I feel like, unlike matriculation, there is absolutely no spoon feeding in university. It it really felt like a slap to me, but what I can say with confidence is that my learning style from matriculation definitely evolved when I went to vet school. There will be an adaptation period. It will be painful, but you'll get through it. There is an insanely huge amount of learning materials to get through. So having a study group where you can discuss the topics with your peers could be really helpful. And as you progress through the years of DVM, your schedule will be inevitably become busier and busier. So time and stress management is fundamental. There's also a great risk of burnout, so it's essential for you to have a good coping mechanism. You might also get something called imposter syndrome, where you feel out of place and you feel overwhelmingly incompetent. So it's really important for you to have a growth mindset and not be afraid of admitting mistakes and learning from them. So in conclusion, embarking on the journey of veterinary medicine at UMK is both challenging and immensely rewarding. As we've explored today, this profession demands dedication, passion, and compassion and commitment to animal welfare. Throughout your journey, you'll encounter various hurdles and obstacles, from the rigorous academic curriculum to pressures of clinical practice and beyond. But remember, VetMed is more than just a career. It's a lifelong dedication to serving animals and their human companions. So if you're considering this path, ensure that your motivations are rooted in the genuine desire to make a difference in the lives of animals. Thank you so much for your attention, and good luck with your UPU applications. If there are any questions for me, I will try my best to answer them.
Thank you so much, Miss Ari. So students, you can check the chat box for Miss Ari to answer.
if there are no questions, I have a last video I would like to show. I'm not sure if it will play the audio, but it's a 3 minute and 17 second. Okay. This was for vet sport. I know they don't like me that much. Guess that I don't dress how they want. I just wanna be myself, but be someone else. Try to color inside their lines. Try to live a life, but things done. I just wanna be myself, but be someone else, someone else. Hey, yeah, they rich. Oh, be there, be there. Boys don't rush you. Okay, my head, I'm staying, stand up, baby. Girls don't wanna be you. Dress like white faces, stand up, baby. Lately it's been too much. Okay, what shall I do? I just wanna be myself, someone else, someone else. Hey, yeah, I'm rich, better of be there, better before, better before. Big boys don't rush you, no aim, I get up, standing, stand up, faded. Good nose, don't mind me, you dress like white faces, stand up, faded. Stand up, faded. Stand up, faded. Stand up, changing, no matter what. Boys don't rush you, no aim, I get up, stand up, faded. I'm so be you, dress like white faces, stand up, faded. Boys don't rush you, no aim, I get up, stand up, faded. Okay, I see a question for me from Chia. May I know why you chose this course? And if you don't mind, could you share about the biggest challenge you met as a veterinary student and how do you cope with it? So why I chose this course, I believe that it would provide me a very fulfilling life to be in this course. And also I would be I would be able to alleviate suffering of animals and advocate for them. Could you share about the biggest challenge? The biggest challenge would be definitely definitely feel because you have other students in the batch, right? And sometimes you can't help but compare yourself to them because it can get very competitive in this course. And how I cope with it is, I think having friends that are understanding really help. and also realizing that you don't have to strive for 4.0 or something like that. I think it's important. It's more important for you to keep your mental health intact and just do your best and rely on your friends, especially for group studying. What's the hardest subject for you? Hmm. I think based on last semester, also veterinary pathology is a very challenging subject for me. It's because there's a lot of like the pathology pictures that we have to interpret and describe, and I feel like sometimes it could be really hit or miss. So I still need to read a lot about it on the textbook. I hope it won't be too personal, but how did you fill in your UPU choices? I put UMK the first choice. Because I knew I wanted to do vet med, so I could sort of narrow down the first 8 choice, like something animal related. Yeah. Yes, doctor?
Sorry, I forgot to mention just now. For your choices, we did actually prioritize for those who put your MK Vet as a first in your UPU choices. So if you really, really want vet and you really think that you don't have any chances in UPM, and then I suggest you for you to take to put vet UMK as your first. Because for interview session, we only take the first and second choices only. Those who put third and onwards will not get a place for interview session. Right. Sorry, I forgot about these things.
Doctor. I don't know.
All right. No, we don't take four flat only four flat student. We take from 3.5 and above. Okay. If you got 3.5, even if let's say you got 3.53, and then your interview session was really good, you have we have a really good impression from us, and then we will take you. It's not solely for 4.0, 4.0, because interview session is just an interview session, right? It's just an introductory session of yourself. Anyhow, I've seen that 4.0 student cannot really cope with the program and need to change program. I've seen it before, and I hope you are not that discouraged if you don't get 4.0 in your matriculation. As long as you pass 3.5, you get the same chances.
For that, I'm not really well versed about it because this is from my friends who a lot of them already have the working experience because they already have the contact. Maybe try to look for contacts, or maybe even go up to a vet clinic and ask if they have. Um, yes, doctor.
No, just finish first, Heidi. It's okay.
Yeah, maybe look for jobs in vet clinic and stuff.
Right. So maybe not internship. What we call is voluntary work because you are just get out from matriculation. You don't have any foundation yet. So that actually is one of the good exposure. Voluntary work, you can go like to your community vet clinic, or even if let's say you have an animal shelter, any animal shelter, you can just try to ask them whether they are allow any voluntary work. They would like some help, or if let's say you have around your community, around your house, you have like a program that are involving animals, you can just join them. So I think that one is one of the good exposure lah for yourself, so that you actually know what are the hardship of being a vet. Okay, being a vet not really all are good things, all are as prestigious as it hurt. So I think I already mentioned about rectal palpation, right? So if you if you take a video, take a chance or take a minute to see how actually rectal palpation is done. If let's say you are not willing to do that, I don't suggest you go to this way lah. There are a lot of other choices of courses because it is a 5 year program and 5 hard year program. So if you choose wrongly, so it will affect a bit on your I don't know, on your mental health, on your confidence, maybe, right? Hmm.
For the first year, they are provided dorms, and for the after first year, a lot of the times the students have to look for other accommodation options. But I've heard that mm, I've heard that the college is acquired taste. It's sort of an acquired taste. If you can survive there, you can survive anywhere. That's all I can say. Doctor, they don't really have merit system, right? Because
Yeah, I think they don't really practice that much or merit system. But if you hold any position, for example, you are the student body, inside the student body or inside any position, whether it's curriculum or whether it's core curriculum, so you will have the privilege to stay in the hostel. But I think it goes by case to case because I think we have like 1 or 2 our student from 4th year or 5th year, they still stay in the hostel. That one is case by case lah. if you provide us what are the reasons, what are the main reasons, so maybe the faculty can push it further. Just to say that you are need help of accommodation, of a living, something like that. But anyhow, for clinical years, you will be traveling a lot. So, me personally, when I'm studying there, I would like to have a car there. For clinical years, it's much more easier for me because for me for study, I think if let's say because sometimes the lecturers are going to the farms in the weekend, right? So we just ask any other students or volunteers to come with us or to come to see with us on the cases. So it's up to you actually whether you want to come or not, because it's outside from your curriculum anyways. But it is a good chances for you to get a good cases or a really nice cases if you follow the lectures during the weekend. Because animals still sick during the weekend, right? So that's how it is lah. But anyhow, if let's say since it is a voluntary work, if you are not coming, there are no such thing as we hold you onto the decisions or whatsoever. Okay. Alright. Minimum B. That one is special requirement for SPM. If you don't get B in your biology, especially, so I don't think there's nothing more I can help because that is from UPU side lah. Yeah, you the vet will not appear in one of your choices. If that is not appear as one of your choices, meaning to say you did not pass the special requirement for our program.
The facility of the university, it's great. We're isolated from other faculties. It's a very homey a homey faculty. Everybody knows each other. We have lecture halls and projectors and the resource facility, the library. We also have a computer room, and the library. There's like the the books and the quiet space, and also um, outside of that, there's a space for there's like a cafe type of area, and also people go there to do group study and stuff. And we also have a lot of laboratories where we do the practical sessions over there. There's also 7-Eleven near our faculty, and you basically get around by walking around, and for clinical years, uh, if you're if you need to go to the teaching hospital, we would go there by using bus first thing in the morning. Mm, yeah, and also we do have I think the first ever in Asia, which is the exotic teaching laboratory, Exotel. I do think the facilities are sufficient. For in a semester, we do have test 1 and test 2, and sometimes even test 3. So test 1 is usually around week 4, and then test 2 around week 10, if I'm not mistaken. And also, if the course is like a practical course, like surgery or vet med 1, they would have OSCE, which is objective structured clinical examination, which is done usually around the last weeks before leading up to the finals. And then for like subjects like pathology, we would have modified OSPE, which they will like display pictures, and then we would have to write the answers on a piece of paper. Yeah, it gets pretty hectic, but I'm not sure if you can say every month.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Bye bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Bye.